Welcome to the Amazon's podcast. I'm Glenn Young, owner of Amazon's fitness magazine. Celebrate the female physique. Subscribe to amazonsfitmag.com. The podcast is brought to you by GPS Photography and Video. Why photography and video? Because a photo's worth 1,000 words, video's worth 1,000,000. GPSphotoandvideo.com. My guest, Miss Roxy Francisco, NPC wellness competitor. Sorry, at the NPC Collegiate. Welcome to the Amazon's podcast.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for having me here, Glenn.
So thankful you could come on. Like I said, saw and found out about you in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Things didn't go the way you wanted, but tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got into your fitness journey.
Well, it might be a long story.
Hey, we inquiring minds want to know.
Of course. So, born and raised in Manila, Philippines, moved here to the U.S. in my 20s. So that's a long time ago, as I'm 45 right now. I was not, into fitness when I was a kid. Like I was like a big girl. I was a big Asian girl. So I was a big girl, wasn't healthy at all, nothing like that. But I did play sports just because I was big. Played basketball, I was playing football. But yeah, I got into fitness because, well, it first started when my ex-husband got really sick. He had kidney failure. So I got into fitness because since he was he was going through a lot of dialysis and all that. And it told me like, okay, what can I do to be a better wife? And just seeing his health deteriorate, I knew I had to do something like physically. How can I help him? Because I had to like carry him up the stairs, do all those things. And so that's how I actually got into fitness. It's because of that. Because it wasn't like, oh, I just wanted to look good, lose weight, whatever. It's more like, how can I be of service to the people I love? And so I started fitness by getting those P90X DVDs back in the day. Yep. And just working out at home. I remember doing the first DVD, which was like a chest workout, and I had to do push-ups, and I can't even do push-ups on my knees. And I like completely broke down, and I'm like, I can't even do this shit. Oh, if I kind of cuss on your show, but yeah, so I wasn't physically, strong enough to do those, and that really pushed me to want to do better, just because I wanted to, help my ex-husband go through what he was going through, And so that's how I got into fitness. And by that time, I was a software engineer, software designer. So very nerdy lifestyle, not active at all, as you could imagine. But I fell in love with fitness. I fell in love with the transformation just because it did only give me like the physical reward and like looking better and feeling better about yourself, but really the mental reward of being able to focus, being able to be of service to others, and just knowing that you could be stronger than you think you are. And that's how I fell in love with fitness. Then I got into group fitness, started teaching classes. I also became a master trainer for like Insanity and those home DVD programs, right? So there were like the live version of those. So I got certified, and then I started becoming master trainer. So I started learning how to train instructors and how to teach these classes. I really got sucked into the whole, healthy lifestyle and fitness because of that, and getting really engaged with the community and meeting so many people and just helping them change their lives through even just group fitness classes inspired me to want to get deeper into, the whole fitness lifestyle. And then I became a personal trainer, and then I started competing because someone came up to me at the gym and thought I was a competitor, and I was like, "What's that?"
That's the way. Because like the first thing, and maybe somebody trying to hit on you too, but they'll ask, "Hey, do you compete?" Sort of an icebreaker. And usually, when you figure it's Vegas, that's where the Olympia is.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Yeah. So I but this time I was still living in Michigan, and people asked me, "Do you compete?" And I was like, what do you
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
With what, you know? And so I just looked it up. I remember looking it up on Instagram. I'm like, what's this bikini competition thing? And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't understand because I was so nerdy that didn't even understand those things. I wasn't plugged into those things, you know. But when
Right.
I saw it, I was like, all right, let's try to compete anyway. You know, it seems cool. Let's do it. You know. So from then on, I just kept going.
So you're originally from the Philippines.
Yes, from Manila,
So,
Philippines.
so how did you end up in the United States or
Yeah, so when I was, I think was I yeah, I was in high school. No, I was still in college.
oh,
So
okay.
my dad passed away when I was in high school, and
Mm.
then so after a few years, my mom moved here to the U.S., met my stepdad, who's also
Mm.
Filipino. So she
Oh,
remarried and moved to the U.S., but I was still in college at that time, and so I had to like finish university and. Even if you're like 21, 22, whatever
right.
age you are in the Filipino culture, even if you were like 45 right now, you still follow your parents. So, although my mom's like, "No, you're gonna come here to the U.S. with me," and I'm like, "No, I have a life here in the Philippines. I had a relationship, I had a career, I had all these things going
Mm.
for me, but I was still studying." And she's
Right.
like, "No, you're moving here." So, being a Filipino daughter, a good Filipino daughter, yeah, I followed my mom. So as soon as I graduated university, I moved here and followed her, and so that's how I ended up here in the U.S. And I love it. So I'm so thankful that she was like kind of hard on me about that, So
Yeah, look how it turned out. You can always go back, of course. Do you have any relatives still in
yes,
the Philippines or no?
yes, yes, I still have family back home, and I used to go home like once or twice a year before COVID. So every year I'd
Hmm.
still go back home because it's like we still have like some property there. So we still have a house there, so
Okay.
it's cheap, right? It's like you just go home. We still have a place to live, but ever since COVID, I haven't gone home, and I
Yeah.
just got so busy with life too. So
So you made your entry point into competitive fitness vis-a-vis bikini, which usually
yes,
everybody does. But you quickly outgrew that division. How did you make the transition, or was the
so
judges, hey, you need to be up a level?
yeah, so back in the day when I didn't think I even had muscle, right? At all. Like
Hmm.
zero muscle in my opinion. So I tried on bikini, right? The bikini. And that time when I started it, the posing for bikini was basically the posing for fit model right now.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was during the time of like India Paulino, what's her name? Kind of like Janet Layug, I think, during that time.
Right. Yep. Hmm.
Yeah, when I tried bikini, right? And they just told me like I didn't even have a coach. I just Googled and it wasn't even Google. It was what like AOL it or whatever, Yahoo it. Just figure out the diet. And I was like on bodybuilding.com trying to like research how to diet for this. So I didn't have a coach, didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, I'm gonna be on stage in a sparkly bikini. So let's do it. So I did that, but then they were like, "Yeah, your thighs are too big. Like your quads are too big for this division." But that time we only had bikini and then figure.
Right.
But I
Well,
had
let's say,
strength
yeah.
figures. Yeah, there was no wellness here in the U.S., so I I didn't have the muscularity of figure, nor did I have any shoulders
Mhm.
that time. So it's like figure's not even a thing for me at least. So I tried. I think I did 3 bikini shows probably, and
Mhm.
then I was like, nah, I just don't fit the mold. But I really love being on stage. I really love posing, being on stage, all the glam. I enjoyed it so much. And I enjoyed training and dieting. So I stopped because it wasn't for me. It's not my body type, right? I probably could have dieted down, but nah, no, no, not gonna get rid of the quads. That's not
There you
happening.
go.
And so after a few years, wellness came to play. I think it was what 2020, 21, something like that.
2020. Yep.
Yeah,
2020.
2020. And the guy I was dating then, he was an open bodybuilder, and he told me, and he was competing, and he told me, you should compete again and do wellness because you have the
Right.
body type for it. You have the perfect body type for it, the structure. And I'm like,
Mhm.
maybe let's do that, but I have to put on muscle, So I tried it and I did my first competition. I think it was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that competition. Actually, like I did my prep. I didn't really plan it, but I did my prep after my stepdad passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I had all this energy, it was like turning into negative, sad energy. And I was like, energy can't be destroyed, right? So it has to be just redirected. So I wanted something positive in my life. And it was like, what's more positive than working out at the gym?
There
So
you go. That's
yeah.
true.
So I was like, let me put everything on that. And yeah, and then I prepped with a coach, a proper coach. I mean, he was great. He's actually a bodybuilding coach, so he
Oh,
doesn't even wellness athletes. What?
who's your coach?
It was Justin Harris from Troponin. Yeah, back in the day, he was my first coach, first legal correct coach. Right? He was great. I learned so much from him, and
Right.
I did, I think, 2 shows. My first 2 shows was with him. So that was awesome, and I loved it. I loved the stage, and I think I placed third.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was the biggest Michigan show too, so that was tough, and I was like, and I loved it. It's like it didn't really destroy me not winning the show because sometimes, like even meeting new competitors, if they do one show and they don't take first, it's like it destroys them, right?
Right.
But I loved it. I'm like, oh, I love the challenge. I want to do this over and over again, and I want to get better. And so that's how I started my wellness journey. And
Right.
I think I've evolved ever since the 2021. I'd like to think so.
And looking at your website, uh, your Instagram, your
Yeah.
social media, and of course your YouTube channel at Roxy Thunder, saying, I see that you've been chasing it. From 2025, you've been to nationals. What's
Yeah.
been the feedback, and what was the feedback in Pittsburgh?
So my feedback, my consistent feedback prior to the
Mm-hmm.
show was always what do you call this? Was always conditioning. I
Mm-hmm.
could I just have a really hard time, nailing conditioning. But
Right.
size, everyone's like, yeah, your size, your shape, symmetry, everything. Presentation's great, but it's always conditioning. This show, I spoke to the head judge right after the show, and my feedback was, you nailed your conditioning perfectly. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
come again? I actually had to ask him. I was like, what did you say? Did you say I nailed conditioning? Because I'm like, wait a minute, this is monumental for me. I've never heard that before. But now it's like they're saying that my legs overpower my glutes,
Really? Oh, okay. Yeah.
which it's like
Your
totally,
quads. Yeah.
yeah. It's like my quads overpower my glutes, and so I've changed my training since what? It's been a week and a few
Yep.
days since then. So I've changed my training for that because it's like, yes, I am quite aware my quads I'm very quad dominant. And so I tried to work my glutes and my hamstrings from last year as well.
Mhm.
But now it's like, okay, so I nailed conditioning, but I know I could get better with that. I want to get like freaky, nasty conditioning.
There you
Um,
go.
that's my goal. Even though like maybe in wellness you don't really have to get that nasty conditioning, but it's like I
Mhm.
love women's bodybuilding, physique and figure. It's like that nasty grittiness. That's what
Yeah.
I want for myself. But yeah, I just have to change my training and
Mhm.
try to keep my legs calmer,
Yeah.
so grow those glutes.
Do you think you would move up or stay where you are at wellness?
I think I'd stay at wellness. Yeah, I'd stay at wellness just because like my legs are they're pretty big. Sometimes I don't think my legs are big. I always think, oh, my legs
Mhm.
are too small. But everyone's like, all the judges are like, no, your legs are solid. They're big. They're big. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, come down to genetics as well, and
Yeah,
because the Brazilians, I mean, hey, the Brazilians got it going on.
I
But like I
know.
said, heredity and genetics, and you can't fight genetics. Genetics is hard because you either got it or you don't. And
Yeah.
so, you know, some athletes, because of the genetics, don't have to work as hard. Still got to work, but not as hard as those that are coming from, where their genetics really don't match the division, or they just, it takes long for them to grow into it. And then they always talk about muscle maturity. Like I say, you are in your 40s, so it's gonna come. And now, if you look at it, nationals and then the NPC team collegiate masters, are you looking forward to going back to Pittsburgh, or have you changed your mind since then?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't changed my mind. I'm going for it. Whether or not of course, I want my pro card. I want to take
Right.
first. I don't.
Right.
I don't go into a show just to like, oh, let's see how we're gonna do, and like it's just a bucket list thing. It's
Right.
like, no, if I'm going for it, I'm going for it. And then we'll learn from it, right? Like whether you place, you don't place, there's always like a learning moment in there. So yeah, I'm going for it. I'll be in Pittsburgh in 5.5 weeks
There
now.
you go.
Yeah, I'm doing North Americans, and
North Americans. Yep.
yeah,
Back on the same exact stage right there at the Sheridan.
yep, same judges. So it's like I have to like take
Yeah.
their feedback and work with that feedback, because
So they didn't tell you not to come back, right?
no,
They
they
didn't
didn't. No, because I've
there
seen
you
it before. Because I've seen it before. It's like, even though it's like, yeah, I'm focused on my feedback, but like the
go.
girls in front of me, the girls behind me, and I was like trying to listen
Right.
what their feedback is. And I've heard
Right.
it before from judges. It's like, no, you need to grow for a year. You know what I
Mm.
mean? They're like, come back next year for this. Come back, take some time off. And
Right.
they're like, no, just come back. Just try to, bring that. And I'm like, okay, then, because they're like, my glutes are big. That's what they said. And I'm like, I don't
Right.
think they're big. But it's like, I wish they were big. But for them to say, it's like, yeah, they're big. And I'm like, really? Thank you. But I always want to get way better. But I think I just have to calm down my legs. And if I get my conditioning right, maybe the muscles will pop more in my glutes, and calm down my legs, change my posing a little bit more so it doesn't activate my quads. But that kind of makes me sad, to be honest, because I do love my quads. It's like, I don't want to look small.
Right.
But we got to go with what the judges' feedback is. So
Right.
we got to follow
Well,
some rules.
you're obviously close. What will you do different than what you did last time at the NPC teams? Were you arrive earlier, or what? Was everything else on point? Tan,
It was.
suit
I was
color.
with my suit. With the suit, they did like my presentation. They did like my suit color on me, and then I changed my hair completely. I went way blonder. Because before I'd actually if you look back, it's like I had jet black hair. Then last year I changed it up a little bit, and they're like, "Ooh, we like this look on you." And then this year it's like, well, let's make it blonder. Let's see how that looks. And yeah, it's like they're like, we really like your presentation. Like that's never been an issue. And I'm like, thank you. But I know I can do better. But with the suit color, it's like I do have a suit sponsor, Bikini Lab Designs.
Shout
So
out.
they're friggin' awesome. Awesome. Love their company. And so I just told her, I actually told her, it's like, it's up to her, whatever color she wants on me.
Right.
It's like,
And
I
they're
love
right there. Where are they located at? Where are they based out of?
they're in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Virginia. Because I see her everywhere. I met her in in Rising Phoenix last year.
Okay.
That's where I met her. And but I see her everywhere. I saw her at the Arnold this year in Ohio too. But yeah, she's a veteran, and she's friggin' awesome. Like, ever since I tried her suit late last year, like, it's a perfect fit. And it's not like, it's just because, I don't have implants, I'm pretty flat, and sometimes like for especially wellness girls, everyone's got the implants and all that. And so before, when I buy a suit, it's like, okay, let's put some stuffing or whatever, right? Like all the other companies kind of upsell you, like, oh, you need this and that and that, and then it's all this padding, and you're like, okay, you spend all that money. But then when I tried her suit last year, and it didn't have all that fluff, right? And I think it worked on my body so well, and even the judges said it worked on my body so well. Just
Right.
being natural, natty.
Yeah.
but at least with a bikini. So, and it's like, it's just a perfect cut for my body. So I'm like, yeah, I trust her. And so even with colors, even this year, I was like, surprise me. Whatever color you think is good for me, I'm going to do it. Like, I love experimenting, you know?
Hmm.
So it's like, whatever they say I'll do, works for me. Let's do it. Let's try different colors. Cause I'm usually like a red girl. Like, I love red or
A
pink.
lot of red and a lot of pink with when I see the wellness. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, what'll make me stand out, right? Like, let's try different looks because, I mean, basically on stage we kind of all look alike, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Much like bikini too, and I think that's a fallback on it because they're sitting there like you've seen so many bikinis, so many wellness
yes,
starts to blend, but then it comes down to the posing, and then there's always that one that just jumps out, and next
yeah,
thing you know, they're first call out center.
yeah,
What did they say about your posing? Do you have a posing coach?
yeah. I do have a posing coach. It's French, so I could. What's his? What's his Instagram? So he's a really great coach. He's actually a bodybuilder, an open bodybuilder,
Okay.
and a master's bodybuilder. He competed in Chicago Pro and took second. So he's
Okay.
a good friend of mine from Michigan. So he actually coaches like Olympians. He coaches like figure girls, physique girls, bikini girls, wellness girls. But this is his Instagram. And he's seen me from my first show in Michigan, but he wasn't my coach, but
Mhm.
we see each other backstage, and he's always been helpful. And he just told me, he's like, you can do better with your posing. And
Mhm.
so he's helped me with posing. He's simplified my posing a lot more. And the judges did like it. So, and he's brutal, which I
Oh
love.
yeah.
He takes me apart. He slow-mos my videos and he's like,
Right.
your stomach popped out in a transition. I'm like,
Mhm.
he's
Well,
like,
you gotta be able to present it. That side pose, and then that famous or infamous, I should say, for bikini and wellness when the judge says 180 and face the wall,
Mhm.
walk it back. That's when it's like, okay, who's got this?
Yeah,
Because it's all about presentation, and
yeah.
you gotta have that swagger. And so it's fun to watch as a fan when you're sitting there, especially if you can get good seats right behind the judges. I mean, it's just a great look. It's a great category, and so that's why everybody loves it. But the biggest thing about it I see in the post, and I always hear with wellness and bikini is, hey, soak it up. This is your moment. Don't rush it. Drink it in. And
Mhm.
so it's funny to watch though. When they do the 180 and they go to walk it back. It's like, okay, I'm not trying to race you. I'm trying to wait you go, and then I can have the best look. And of course, with the eyes when eye contact with the judges, and
Yes.
so I'm sure you get compliments on your eyes because that is one of your greatest features
Thank
um,
you.
to see. So I know that you're getting a lot of love. So you're in Vegas, you're making a lot of shows, you're in a place where it's all going to happen because that's the Olympia. You said you've been to the Arnolds as well. Was that just to go just to see the Arnolds, or
Yeah, just to see the Arnold. I mean, I've been attending the Arnold, what, 4 years in a row now? 5 years in a row?
yeah,
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 because back in Michigan, I would just drive to Ohio for it, so it was
exactly,
easy.
yeah,
Yeah. So was it last year was the first time I actually flew into Ohio? Or did I
and
drive to Ohio? Because I'd always still visit my mom in Michigan when we didn't sell the house just yet. We sold the house this year, so now she's here in Vegas with me. But I would just drive to Ohio for the Arnold. But this
mhm.
year, yeah, flying into Ohio for it, and like even with Olympia here in Vegas, or even when it was in Orlando, I haven't missed the Olympian.
That was a great year in Orlando.
Yes.
Yeah, I never made it to Vegas, but of course I go to the Arnold a lot because I got family. My sister actually lives in Columbus, so
Okay.
that's easy lodging. It's just you always never can really play the weather.
Hmm.
It'd be cold, but you also could get that snowstorm. So yeah, it can go either way. That's what's tricky about it. So this year I may fly, but more than likely I'm going to drive because you got to take your photography equipment. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
something that you can't take it all, on the overhead, as an overhead carry. But I mean, or under the seat. But yeah, you can't lose equipment, so that makes it tough. And of course, you got some great photographers down there in Vegas too.
Oh yeah.
Um, Nelson
Amazing.
being one of them, but I've been watching your content and the shoots. I'm like, so you're in a good place there.
Yeah, and it's funny because it's like Diron, photos by Diron. He's been like I've worked with him. I actually met him and his wife Sarah, and they're
Hmm.
really good friends of mine. I met them in Anaheim when I did Masters Nationals there. I think that was the year I took second
Yeah.
even
And
at
both of
Masters.
them compete too, right?
Yes, and like Sarah turned pro. I think that
Hmm.
show that I competed in, and they all compete. So it was cool, like meeting them because they were from San Diego then when I met them
Hmm.
in Anaheim, and I was from Michigan, right? And then now they moved here to Vegas, so we're all here. And like my
There
friend
you go.
Ty,
Perfect.
he was from Oregon, I think, and then or Washington, and then moved to Dallas,
Right.
and then he lives here now in Vegas. So we're all like transplants having, the love for bodybuilding, creativity and all that, and we're all just here. So it's pretty cool. It's like the access to all this talent is here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when you look at Vegas, because okay, the Olympia is there, so it's like a home game if you live there and you qualify for the Olympia. But Florida, Texas,
yes.
uh, so much on the West Coast, but it seemed like Florida, Texas, Vegas, just
Mm,
booming.
yeah.
And they get a lot, especially Florida. They get a
Yeah.
lot of shows. And so it makes it easy when it comes time to qualify.
Hmm. So
And more opportunities to compete, especially with wellness and bikini.
yes, yes, definitely. So it's like, yeah, just living in Vegas, like even the gyms that I go to here, like
Yep.
the gym I go to, like New Tech, like Rania, who's competing at the Tampa Pro, and
Yes.
Amanda Machado, she's competing
He
at the.
look, both of them look amazing.
Mhm.
And I can't call it, because I'm always cheering for all of them. They got 10 in bodybuilding for Tampa. Rashana Boswell, of course, Anastasia Ryder, who kept it
Yes.
going to get the show when there was not going to be a show. So shout out to all of them. But Amanda Machado, women's physique, and of course Sharonica Hinton, they'll do
Mhm.
battle. The real Lois Lane
Mhm.
back on stage because I saw her and Sharonica, uh, and of course Natalia Coelho, 2025 in Pittsburgh. So that it's going to be amazing. Those two divisions alone is going to be amazing. And of
Yes.
course, I mean, with wellness and bikini, it's just expected. It's
Yeah.
just expected. So Tampa's always a great show, historically known for the large number of women's physiques. And then of
Hmm.
course, next week, ninth, eighth, and ninth, you got Linda Murray in
Yeah.
Atlanta. Will you be going to that too, or no?
No, I won't be. Like right now, it's like I'm on lockdown
Yeah,
basically.
you got to zone into your
Because like
prep.
last year or years before, I would always be traveling when I'm on prep, and I know
Right.
that kind of messed me up. It's like I know this year at the teen collegiate, I didn't place, and I like last year I placed. I think I took fifth or fourth, but my
Right.
conditioning and my look was. Com- I think it was complete trash, but I placed last year compared to this year. You know what I mean? So it's like sometimes it's like, yeah, I do want the placing, of course, but I also have to see it as like what package did I bring to the show?
Right.
Did I get better? Did I get worse or whatever? So yeah, so right now I'm on lockdown. Like I'd like to lock in with my prep and really
I was
take care.
gonna say, I can imagine you driving your coach nuts. He's like, "Hey, you need to set steel." Uh,
Yes.
and then, of course, with you selling houses, you're on your feet a lot. How does
Mhm.
that affect you or impact you when you're in prep?
It's actually I like it because it's distracting. So
Hmm.
I like it because it keeps me active. And it's like, yeah, it's cool that I could like schedule my own whatever. Like if I do open houses, I could like not have it just because
Right.
let's have a show next week. But what I actually did, I scheduled open houses the weekend of my show or before my show because I
Mm,
wanted to be distracted, you
right.
know, or else I'd be just like, just staying home and sitting around or something. I was like, no, I want to be a little more active.
Right.
So I'm not tired, it's like, yeah, of course I was tired. I want prep, but it's kind of nice to just be doing other things. So I like it because I could stay more active. It's almost like have more steps and not think
Right.
about the next meal all the time. Because sometimes it's like when you're hungry, you're like, when's the next meal gonna start? Like I just want to eat. But if you're busy talking to people and being on your feet, then you kind of don't think about it until your alarm goes off and it's like, all right, it's time to eat, you know. So it's new for me, and but then I actually like it. I like that. Yeah.
What's more stressful, being in prep or trying to sell that house that that
Oh,
500K, that $1 million home, and you're like, man, there's going to be a big compensation for me, a big time bonus. What's
I
more stressful?
I
Was
think
the
being a realtor is more stressful than being on prep.
right?
Because being a realtor, it's like the stress is you can't control yourself, right? But you can't control
Mhm.
the outcome because it's of other people. It's dependent if someone else will buy the house or not, right? But or their finances or their
Yeah,
credit
yeah, yeah. That's the first
score.
thing. It's like you show up on a car lot, and the car seller like, okay, does this person have good credit or not? But
Yeah.
then in the case of housing, just using VA homes as an example, veterans that come with that VA certificate, that's automatically guaranteed. So it's a
Yeah.
different type of shopping because, okay, this person's got a guaranteed loan with the VA. They got
Yeah.
good credit. And so you're really trying to sell, but then you got heavy competition, I would imagine, with other realtors in
Oh
the
yeah.
area,
Yeah, there's a lot.
within your own company as well.
Vegas, like the competition is with anything. I think with any industry, whether you're in the service industry, real estate, bodybuilding, whatever it is, the competition is so high.
Yeah.
But I think I thrive in that. I like that because it pushes me to do better. You know, like it's like, no,
Uh-huh.
I really got to do way better than most people because put all that effort. And I don't know, I'm probably crazy, but I love it. It's almost like prep. It's like you just gotta keep going. It's like, even though let's say you're not getting paid, you gotta keep going. You gotta do your best every single day and be
Yeah.
consistent with it to get a reward. So yeah, going back to your question, real estate is more stressful because you can't control anything else. But with prep, yeah, you can't control what the judges think, right? But you can
Right.
control yourself. And I think I like that because it's like there's no stress. The stress is like either you follow through with your plan or you don't, And I think the most stressful part is like if you messed up your prep, then that would be stressful.
Right.
So I just try to stay on plan, stay on goal, and just do the best I can for myself, and you know, just step on that stage and have fun.
And then especially when you talk about the housing market with everything going on as well. I mean, you know, do you try to do you, what's your area pretty much in Vegas? Is it all of
So
Vegas or more down by the
it's
strip?
all of Vegas. I actually do all of Vegas, but I do specialize in like Henderson area
Mm-hmm.
and also Summerlin.
Okay.
So so it's like, but off the strip means like 15 minutes away from the strip
Right.
because everything is so close in Vegas. Like I don't think a lot of people realize that if it's more than a 20-minute drive, that's considered far.
Right.
Which is crazy because in Michigan you could be going to work for like 45-minute drive and that's normal.
Right.
So like 20 minutes would be like the limit here in Vegas. That's what I've been learning. I mean, I've been here for what, 2 months, 2.5 months living here, but
Oh,
that's
so
what
you're out there.
I'm new.
Good for you. And you already hit the ground running, selling house. That's great. I thought you'd been there like a couple of years or something.
So I'm like super brand new, but it's like I'm just gonna hit the ground running. Like I always say, like when I do something, I don't half-ass things. I full
Right.
ass I
Yeah.
full ass things. Yeah,
Yep.
put your full ass in it as a
Yeah.
wellness
First class. Yeah. So be first class. Now, how you were in Arizona?
I, I was in Arizona for like a year. I
Okay.
was
So you
in Lake
drove to
Travis.
Vegas when you moved?
I'm sorry.
You drove to Vegas when you moved?
Yes, we just drove because it's like 2.5 hour away.
I was gonna ask. And
Yeah,
how about say from Riverside, California, or California, LA? Is that
LA's
like
probably like
4 hours?
to Vegas is like 5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on the traffic, it's like
Right.
5 hours, 6 hours. But we do have a lot of people from California moving to Vegas, which is that's why it's like
Makes
when they
sense.
say Vegas is dead, it's definitely not. There's so many people moving here. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of things going on. So
Yeah, with the gambling, and then you got the strip, and then you got all the attractions as well from the tourist
yes,
side of it. Yeah,
yeah.
but you got sunlight 365, hot weather, so
Hmm.
it sort of mimics, well, it's the West Coast, so it still sort of mimics Arizona and California anyway. But
Yeah.
do you have a favorite place yet in Vegas? I know
Well,
when everybody do the photo shoots, everybody's going to like the ghost town and out in the desert, and
oh
I'm like,
yeah.
it's
I
like
mean, I
every Olympia you can guess, like, okay, this is getting a little old. Y'all gotta find some more locations.
Yeah, so I mean, I love shooting in Ghost Town. There's Cascade Palace, which is great.
Hmm.
Like almost every fitness person has shot there. But actually, my backyard here at
Hmm.
home has been turned into a shooting location.
Okay.
Yeah, so I do have like professional photographers renting basically my pool area. So
Well,
that's
there you go. There you go. How much do you charge?
depends. There's a friend's discount, but yeah.
Good stuff. And
So
I was going to ask you, so you being a realtor, are you in the Airbnb market? So like when competitors come down for a show, or people come in for a vacation, or are you
yeah.
strictly just about selling
I mean,
homes?
I do help like a bunch of friends just for Airbnbs, but I don't get anything from it. But
Oh,
I
okay.
do help, yeah, I do help like a few friends. Like they're coming in for the Olympia and they need like I was just talking to my friends from Brazil earlier. They're coming in for Olympia. They're just like
Hmm.
help us find a spot to live for like a few weeks, like 3 weeks. So I just help them out just because I know the area.
Right. Right.
But I don't get any money from that. But it's like if you're my friend, I'm gonna help you out. It's all good. But yeah,
Do
but
you rent
sorry.
your place as well?
Not as an Airbnb now because I live here. I live here. My boyfriend lives here. My mom lives here. Like, nah.
Okay.
But our pool area, yeah, that's like the shooting,
Good stuff.
shooting spot. So
What's been your favorite shoot to do? I've seen a lot of the pool. I've seen the gym shoots. Have you done any cosplay, or what? Do you have a vision of something that you want to do that you haven't done?
hmm, let's see. Because I mean, like cosplay, I haven't done it in like so long, but I've
Hmm.
done it before I got into fitness. Does
Gotcha.
that make sense? Because like back in the day, like I used to model back in the Philippines too.
Hmm.
I did like print ads. I was on TV,
Hmm.
all that stuff. Like
Runway as well, or just
yeah, I did
editorial?
runway because even though I'm short, like in the Philippines, I'm tall.
Right. And how tall are you?
Well, I was 5'6", but now they're clocking me in at 5'4".
Oh, wow. Oh, geez.
I know. So I'm
You
pretty
know,
short. you know.
yeah.
But back when I was in college and in high school, I used to model back home in the Philippines, did like
Good
TV
stuff.
ads, print ads,
Yeah.
newspaper, and that was the thing still, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've done like so many different kinds of shoots. I've done
Hmm.
like for Fangoria as well. Do you remember
Hmm.
that magazine? It's all about like
Yeah.
horror movies and stuff because
Yeah. Yeah.
I love horror movies. Like
And I
I
was going
love,
to say with Halloween coming up, and there's
yeah.
some shows. I think there's a show. Shannon Day has a show. Is that Orlando? Yeah, I think that's Orlando though. That's not in Vegas. But I know Steve Carr's show
Yes.
is yeah, 7 November. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's in November. So that's exciting. I'll actually be there as one of the sponsors. So for
Oh,
my
there you
real,
go.
yeah, so I'll be at the Steve Carr show. You're going to see me. I have my own real estate booth there.
Good. Yeah.
Then there's also the Aces stage in in October. That's like the weekend
Mhm.
after Olympia with
Right.
Samson Productions.
Yep.
So I'll also have my own realtor booth there. So, because it's like I'd like to help service, especially athletes who are moving to Vegas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. There you go.
You know,
So,
it's, might as well, right?
yeah,
So
I
those are
don't
my,
blame you because I mean, if you're there in Vegas, I mean, it's a home game. And I always thought people who do shows in their home state or home location, you
mhm.
got an advantage. You just do. You just inherently have an advantage. You're not worried about flying in and cortisone levels. The flight gets canceled. The cost of the flight because, like I said, it's a home game. So
Yeah. And just like, yeah, for Olympia, it's like, I really want to live in Vegas because Olympia is going to be just like
yeah,
a 10-minute drive. I don't have to
yeah,
spend in the hotel anymore. So you
exactly.
spend too
Yeah,
much going to the Olympia, you know?
that saves you a lot of money because I can only imagine the average hotel in Vegas in a weekend is usually around what?
400, three
You,
hundred, 400, five
yeah,
hundred bucks a night. And I'm like,
yeah.
not anymore.
Not just for the room. Yeah, it's not really. So, do you do the nightlife, or are you more or less a homebody, or
I like
And
staying
I know you
home.
only been there 2 months, but I mean,
Yeah, I like staying home. I mean, ever since we moved, I was on prep. I started prep when we moved.
hmm
So, I'm just home. I mean, we like going out to eat. That's what we love
right.
to do, you know.
Oh,
But
okay,
like, but then the nightlife, I mean, I do like going out dancing and all that, but I haven't done it here in Vegas since I moved here. But I mean, I don't drink at all. Even on my off season, I
right.
just drink, so it's like I love to dance and I love to
Uh-huh.
eat, but I don't drink. I don't drink, I don't gamble.
Well,
But
that's good.
hmm?
Your vice is fitness, and that's
Yes,
great.
yes. It's like, what time can I wake up so I can hit the gym? That's always like the my main concern, I guess. But it's like the nightlife here. It's like it's crazy. It's like whatever you want to do, you can do basically
Right,
here in
right.
Vegas, which is nice. It reminds me of living in the Philippines. You know,
Okay.
yeah, and that's why it's like I was really excited to move here because it's like, yeah, I miss home, I miss Manila, but yeah, just living in Manila, it's like the nightlife was crazy,
Right.
like I was always out, because I was also in like a metal band since I
hmm
was like in grade school, so I was like really heavy in the music industry, so I was like
Oh,
always at
really?
night,
Were you
yeah,
a singer
yeah,
or
and I played the guitar,
really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so
Well,
I
there's
lived
a thing
many lives,
for a photo shoot there.
yeah,
With a
so.
guitar.
So it's just, that living that life, like especially when I was in college and high school, just always being in bars and clubs, and I still didn't drink, and
Mhm.
I was into fitness, but I just
Right.
love, like everything going on at the same time, like big shows and performing and all that
Mhm.
energy. So yeah, I mean, I do love it, but now it's like I try to sleep early and wake up early because it's like,
Right.
prep is prep. It's like cortisol
Yeah.
levels, you need your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. So,
hmm
so you look good. So I'm just like, I'll focus on that. And I'm pretty old, so I'm good.
What
I've lived a good life.
What is your diet like? Is it more red meat or more towards fish?
I think more red meat. I mean, I do
Okay.
eat a lot of fish, chicken, and lean
hmm
beef, but
It's
it's
part of
like,
your prep.
yeah, it's just part of my prep, depending, like, how close I am to the show and what my body needs. But I do eat a lot of rice, eggs, and and I think that's why I enjoy prep so much. It's because it's the
hmm
food that I already eat on a daily. Like,
Gotcha.
I enjoy eating what I eat. So, like, like with food, it's like it's not an issue.
Okay. What was the last house you sold? Can you tell? Can
It's
you tell?
actually this house, my house.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
You don't get any compensation off of that, though.
So that's a house I bought sold, yeah.
Right.
So
So, as a realtor, what advice can you give potential buyers and potential sellers?
potential right now, I think it's a buyer's market. There's
hmm
so many homes on the market that if you want to buy a home, now is the right time, even though the interest rates are pretty high. You could always
Right.
refinance because because of so many homes on the market. You could actually go and pick whatever you want, and also
Mhm.
negotiate a good price because all the prices are slightly going down. So
Right.
it's definitely a buyer's market. For a seller, I would say if you don't have to sell right now, I wouldn't sell, you know. But if you
Right.
have to sell, then you just need like the correct strategy to sell a home. But if you're interested in moving to Vegas or just buying a house here or even buying it for an investment, like to turn it into an Airbnb, because there's so many things going on in Vegas, now is the right time to actually buy and just, yeah, refinance later, just because
Yeah.
there's so many incentives that, even like new builds have, that
Mm.
they'll
Yeah.
give you really good prices. So, yeah.
What about the person that's the single male? Should he buy a house or should he lean towards an apartment?
I would buy a house just because
Yeah.
it's like your money doesn't go to waste because you're
Gotcha.
spending pretty much the same or more, right?
Hmm.
And you want to build that equity. So,
True.
and that's really important. And I never really realized that. It's like I always thought it's like, okay, if you buy, it's always good to buy. Like I always bought a house even before I got into real estate. And
Hmm.
I never leased a car. I would just buy a car and pay it off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I would say never use a car because I'm like, you're there trying to count miles and like, oh, okay, did I go over it? Oh, nah, that's too much.
yeah, and I always think about being practical with money. It's like, yeah,
Yep.
maybe you want like a bougie apartment complex and with all the bells and whistles, and it's going to
Yeah.
cost you $2,000. It's like, do you want that or do you want more financial stability?
Yeah.
It's like
And
I'd rather,
as they always say, location, 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 and you
Mhm.
you got to be safe.
Yes.
So that's always a big part of, I would hope, will be a large component of buying any house and whatnot.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And it's like there's a lot of really great safe neighborhoods here in Vegas. I mean,
Right.
there's some that are kind of like, sketchy. I mean, it is
Yeah. Yeah.
Vegas.
It is Vegas. It is Vegas.
And it's
Yeah.
a big, it's like pretty much a big city compared to a
Yeah.
lot of.
Any major city, more like Chicago, even Tampa. Yeah, you gotta know where you need to live and,
Yes.
and check that because it's important. What about the job market? I mean, you're a realtor.
Yeah.
You got competitors. What's the biggest job market going down there in Vegas?
Service industry still is king.
Hmm.
And there's so many, like from hotels to
Hospitality.
so many
Yeah.
restaurants. There's just like unlimited of that.
Hmm.
But I would say like when it comes to the service industry, and I don't know just because I never worked the service industry here in Vegas, right? But
Hmm.
when it comes to like the bottle girls of all these like big
Yeah. Yeah.
hotels, right? I just found out that it's a very cutthroat. In terms of like you have to be the best of the best, right? You have to
Right.
look a certain way. So it's very competitive. And I think that goes with anything you do in Vegas. It's very competitive because there's just a lot of people. But at
Right.
the same time, I think if you want to do really well, if you're a hard worker and you could stay focused, right,
Hmm.
you can do well here.
Right.
But if you get distracted with, oh, I'd rather just spend all my money and go out every weekend with my
Yep.
friends, then
All
yeah,
your time in the casino. Yep.
yeah, then that could mess you up for sure. Then you'll be really in debt. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast, but I gotta ask you, and we always accentuate the positive. North Americans, you get your pro card. Are you going to jump into a pro show immediately, or do you think
Yes.
you may take some
So,
time?
so there's the Masters on that Sunday
Mm-hmm.
after North Americans.
Yep.
So
That's
I
Sunday.
actually,
Yep.
yes, the Masters Worlds. I already set myself to leave on that Monday rather than the Sunday.
Good deal.
Because I'm just like, let's just focus. Let's get
Yep.
this done. Let's get it. I'll put in all the work from the day I stepped off stage in Pittsburgh. And, it's like, yeah, I didn't take top five, but you know what? I'm going to work literally my ass off and push
Yeah.
myself.
Well, yep, that is it.
Yeah. And just do what I'm here to do. And whatever happens, happens. But you just gotta pour everything into it, put your heart into it. And as long as you enjoy the journey, enjoy what you do, then I don't think like work is gonna feel like miserable. Like I love this so much. Like I
Yeah.
thrive in it. I thrive in the challenge. So that's the game plan.
What are your short-term and long-term goals? Well, you pretty much talked about your short-term goal, but
Yes.
3 to 5 years. Do you want to be a coach? Do you want to be um, branch off into business with this as far as coaching or wellness lifestyle coach, or what are you thinking?
I mean, right now I'm not a prep coach, but I'm a lifestyle coach, right? So
Right.
I still do that. So I coach, like I do training, nutrition protocols for someone who just wants to get healthy. I think it's a huge responsibility to be an actual like prep coach. So I don't think I'm an expert in that. So I wouldn't, as much as a lot of people ask me to do that for them, like I just don't want to do it because it's a huge responsibility and I just don't want to take someone's money just because, right? But in 5 years, let's say 5 years, 5, 10 years, five
Mhm.
years, um, hopefully I'm already pro by then. What I really want to do, I want to have shows all over Asia.
So you want to be a promoter?
Yes, I want
There
to
you
have.
go.
Like, I don't see a lot of Asian pros, especially
No.
who live here in the U.S.
Yep.
Give back, and I want to really give back and give, like really make this sport a worldwide thing and help
Hmm.
help with that. And I'd like to go back to Asia, like really the Philippines. We do have a few shows that started coming out right now, but I don't
Right.
think there's enough shows all around Asia to showcase how much talent and how great the athletes are there, and to be
Right.
able to give that opportunity to all these athletes around the world. I'd like to be part of that. I want to be use my pro status to do that. So just to like help serve other people and make other people's dreams come true, and just give them that pathway to that. So that's my long-term goal in this sport.
Be an ambassador for the sport as well. And so, yeah, that's great because when you look, there's not a lot of Asian competitors there, but
Mhm.
you sort of have to look for them as opposed to Brazil. Well, especially in your category, they're
Yeah,
all over the place.
yeah.
So that's good stuff. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you,
Thank you
and
so
hope to
much.
feature you in
Pittsburgh.
Amazon's fitness magazine pretty soon, and set this photo shoot up. And
Yes.
hopefully, I'll see you in Pittsburgh.
Yes. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been great. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. Take care.
Bye.
Roxy, short for Roxanne. Make sure you go out and subscribe to her YouTube channel. If you're looking for a house or a place to stay, and you're ready in the market, hit her up at RoxySalesVegas.com or Roxy Sales Vegas. And great talk. We're always having competitors on to see what they do when they're not competing. And she is a realtor, and so hey, that's very interesting to me, especially in the area that she is in Vegas. Coming up on the podcast on Friday, the 31st, Marcy Scott will join the podcast. So make sure that you tune in for that as well. And appreciate everyone's following. Appreciate all the subscribers. Keep in mind that, not everybody is for you, but that doesn't mean that everybody is against you. But it does mean that everybody's watching. So give them a show. We'll see you next time.